Welcome back to Our Chicago. I'm Stacey Baca. As we heard from Dr. Burnett Ziegler, dealing with trauma and other challenges that life throws your way, it can be so difficult for adults. But imagine being a teenager trying to learn while coping with violence, trauma, other issues going on in their homes, their neighborhoods. Working on Womanhood, now in its 10th year, provides programs for about 2,400 girls in dozens of Chicago schools. And the goal here is addressing their social, emotional needs so they can succeed in life. And joining me right now is Ngozi Harris, training manager for Working on Womanhood. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, when I think of the title, Working on Womanhood, boy, oh boy, that could be a huge list. So what are really the points you want to drive home about this program and about helping so many young women, young girls in our community?
Working on womanhood is definitely, when we go into schools, we typically get the question of, oh, are you going to help the girls become ladies? And it's really not about that. It's about helping them own their narrative, decide who they want to be, and then show up in the world as that. And we emphasize that it is about the journey. So you don't arrive at womanhood, you continuously work at it. So we talk about how our counselors are on that journey right along with them. We start with self-awareness. So they spend a ton of time getting to know themselves, understanding their values, understanding how their culture shows up for them. And then we build on that with emotional intelligence, helping them understand their emotions and what are the things that are that trigger them to feel a certain type of way, and then how to manage those emotions. We let them know that whatever emotion experience that they have, it's theirs. Their behaviors, their actions to those emotions are the things that they can change, but they really can't own their emotions. And then we get into what is so important to most of our girls is their relationships, how to have healthy relationships, not just with their significant others, but with their friends, with their mom, with their dads, with their grandparents, with their teachers, really helping them to understand what does it mean to advocate for what they want and to go after those things in their relationships. And then we get to the point where they're ready to have a vision for their life and understand what does it mean to be a leader and to show up in this world and really own that narrative. So letting them work on how that trauma may have impacted them, but how they can make it one of the stories that is their life. And it's not just the whole story, it's a part of the larger picture of who they are and how they want to show up in the world.
Ngozi, you are just going step by step, such an impressive program, and starting from point A and just going one step at a time. You know, what are young women, these teenage girls we're talking about, you talk about trauma, what are you seeing in Chicago? What are they dealing with right now, especially in the midst of a pandemic still? We're on the backside, but still a lot of stress on that as well.
Yeah, our girls have really always been experiencing the trauma of growing up in their communities and having different things be impactful to them. So not being seen, being told who they should be, and then having their loved ones being impacted by the community violence that we're seeing, their interactions with the police. All of those things are impacting the girls. And instead of them being seen as having that experience having taken a toll on them, they're being told to not show up, not to talk about those things. They're being told that they have to be a certain way. They can't express that they're angry. They can't show those things. So in a lot of different ways, they take it in. And so what we're seeing is that the girls are trying to find safe spaces of people who want to listen to them, who want to hear their stories, hear what they're going through, hear about their friends, their loved ones being impacted by the things that are going on in the world and the things that are happening to them.
Ngozi Harris, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you again for having me.
Absolutely. It's great to hear about these breakthroughs, just learning and moving forward for all these young people. So appreciate your time this morning. And that does it for Our Chicago. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.